Hello, I am Joe Maven, and welcome to the series pretty much where I just ramble and blabber on about movies that I think deserve a good recommendation. Swear, I know there's a much better way to have an intro for this show besides just that. Can't think of one now though. Later on. Alright, so my first recommendation for this episode here is the film called Seven Psychopaths, directed by Martin McDonagh, who's also director of the movie In Bruges. And this cast in this film includes the likes of Colin Farrell, and as well as Sam Rockwell, who is very, very underrated, as well as starring the majestic Christopher Walken, who, I can't forget this guy, as well as Woody Harrelson. So yeah, a pretty great cast, if you ask me. I mean, if you just put Christopher Walken in any movie, that movie's already gonna have a great cast because you got him cast in it. That's how wonderful and powerful Christopher Walken is. I can't say Christopher Walken without trying to do an impression of him, even unintentionally, of Christopher Walken. Anyway, but the reason why this film is so much fun and why I give my recommendation on the show for it is just because of the cast. I mean, putting these four people together is just as amazing as you would hope to be. I mean, there are lines that involve Christopher Walken, and it's not a spoiler, but when cops yell and shout at Christopher Walken's character something like, "Put your hands up!" And then Christopher Walken's like, "No." And the cops are like, "Well, what do we do?" He said, "No. What do we do now?" And just clever, sharp, quirky, weird humor like that and dialogue and lines like that make this so much fun. I really enjoyed this movie, and yeah, I put it definitely in the vein of a dark comedy. There's a lot of dark elements in it. But yeah, Sam Rockwell's character in general is just so insane and all over the place with his performance, so that's why I love it. That's really why I love Sam Rockwell. He's a very great character actor. He goes into his characters very, very well, and he always seems like always is committed in all roles he's done. He's one of those actors that similar to Christopher Walken. So, whenever Sam Rockwell has been ever given a role from the roles I've seen him in, he never just goes one note. He always goes all out there, and I really respect actors that really do that. And he's in the list of actors that I'd say really do that, and he does that really well in this movie, as all the actors do, and it makes for an entertaining feature. For my second recommendation for all of you, I have a short film to share with you, but not just any short film. No. This is a short film that's done through animation. Animation, as I speak of, specifically that's in the animation of stop motion animation. That's right! It's stop motion time! But this stop motion short film, it's a stop-motion short film called Move Mountain, released on, YouTube, directed by filmmaker Kirsten Lepore. And, fun fact, I didn't realize it until I first finished watching this short film, Move Mountain, when I found out that, as I speak right now, is married actually to one of the Daniels, one of the directors, who directed the short film Possibilia. Possibilia being a short film that was actually a film that I recommended in the previous first episode of Joe's Gallery of Films. It's all connected. But yeah, they are dating. That really has no particular significance to Move Mountain. But it's just a fun fact that really blew my mind, and yeah. Move Mountain is a stop-motion short film with animation using stop-motion that is just breathtaking to look at. It is the purest form of stop-motion that you could possibly see. If you wanted to see what stop-motion is, this is a short film I'd point to as symbolizing this is what one could do with the formation and gift and like tool that is stop motion. It's available on YouTube, as you can actually watch some of Kirsten Leppore's other stop motion featurettes that she's created on her YouTube channel. You know, the short film or that gif or that meme that you've seen that goes like, "Hi, stranger." Like that. She made that. Yep. You can thank Kirsten Lepore for that gift for humanity. Her work is so imaginative and just glorious just to see and just view. And I really, really do hope that someday she does get the opportunity to be able to work on her own feature film as well. Great use of beautiful uses of stop motion animation, and it's a short film that uses the tool of animation of stop motion animation that I, for one, definitely recommend. So my third recommendation that I wish to give all of you is a 1995 released film called Living in Oblivion, directed by Tom Dislow, a director named Tom. And this is a film just all about like the struggles and difficulty film crew might have when filming independent film. In a film that in itself is an independent film as well. I just realized how ironic that actually is, and kind of brilliant that is. I mean, like, not really, but if you look at it in a certain way, it kind of is. But no, this is a film that stars character actor Steve Buscemi, an actor you have definitely seen from other movies such as Fargo, Big Lebowski, and also voice acting talents from Monsters, Inc., Monsters University, and also showing up in some of your favorite memes as well. This one's my favorite. One of my favorite parts of this movie is the fact that Steve Buscemi is cast in the role of the lead in this movie, because I don't usually see this actor cast as the main protagonist at all in any movie. He usually is just the side character, the human relief, or the wormy kind of like side character, and that's it. That you don't really pay attention to, but you actually do, because he has a lot of charisma and he's kind of wacky and he sticks out to you because of his kind of worminess. And it's just really great and fun to see him in a role where he is a more very much prominent character. And he fits the archetype of how one might see a director who really, really wants to get his vision done, who's just exhausted with all of this stuff going wrong that he's hoping won't go wrong and does. Any of you similar to me that is an aspiring filmmaker and very, very amateurish and are at the stage in their lives and their filmmaking career right now where they're at the range of being an amateur filmmaker, this is a must-see film for you. Although I've heard that this is the kind of film that for anyone that is thinking about maybe considering wanting to make movies themselves, this film might make you rethink that, because it does showcase an honest truth how much it's a nightmare of just filming one single take of a scene of just two individuals talking, and how it's one of the most struggling, like agonizingly processes you can do whatsoever. And it might make you say, why would anyone want to do this? I don't want to do this anymore. And like it is a perfect portrait of how hard it really is to try to make a movie when you probably don't have a lot of money to create that movie, and you don't have a lot of budget to create the vision that you want to make, and there's a lot of like heated energy between a bunch of people in one space room, and it's almost like all of you just want to hurt each other. And I also love this movie for how it says its narrative and how it paces its narrative. That's right, this film is oddly structured. It is very oddly structured. It takes on different styles in some portions and another. I don't want to say how, because I think you all should experience it, and I want you to be surprised, like, oh, this is going to be a normal movie, y'all. No, the direction of this movie is so bizarre and strange, but I respect the heck out of it. And it's, yeah, honestly, one of the, my favorite gimmicky films, with the gimmick of how it's directed and told, that I just can't help but admire it and just, like, be engaged in it so much, just trying to figure out what's happening. And it's, I always applaud filmmakers, especially indie filmmakers, that get a movie done, because making a movie is like trying to climb a mountain. There's a chance you probably won't make it on the top, and it's more than likely you'll probably go back down, giving up. It's like, this is stupid, I'm getting down! And yeah, but when it's done and it's completed, for many, it can be rewarding. And this is a film about the people that try and get through it. And it's kind of hard to sit through, but it's only because it's so real, feels like, in what it's displaying on screen. And I love it. I highly recommend it, but be forewarned, you might not want to be a filmmaker yourself, an indie filmmaker yourself, if you are aspiring to be one, such as me. But if after this movie you still want to make films of your own, you are a strong person. So yeah, that is all the films that I have to recommend to all of you as a suggestion to watch. If you've already seen these films, you can comment down below what you thought of these films. If there's some films that you want me to talk about and you recommend me seeing that you would like me to talk about in future episodes of this show, please comment down that down below. And yeah, that's all I have for you for this episode of Joe's Gallery of Films, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope you keep loving films. Yeah.